Crafty community, this is Sherry. I want to share a junk journal with you. I've just started using this junk journal, but I wanted to share it with you and give a shout out to the creator of this junk journal. Her name is Natasha, and she has the YouTube channel Treasure Books. I recently discovered her channel, and I really enjoy watching her videos. She is, she's fun to listen to because she has an accent, and I really like it. But also, she takes junk papers and old envelopes and old books and old anything, and she can turn it into treasure, and it's usually in book form. So I was so delighted that I actually got to buy one of the journals that she made. This is the one that I bought. And below I will link her channel, the video that she posted where she features this journal that she made and the other journal that she made with it. And so that you can check those out if you'd like to. If you're not a subscriber of Natasha, who is Treasure Books, please subscribe to her, especially if you enjoy junk journaling and using just about anything to make books and useful things that you can write on out of them, so journals, etc. So this is the journal. I believe she's from Australia, if I remember correctly, and so the journal took, I think it took just a couple of weeks to get here, but the anticipation was just wonderful because I knew it was going to come in the mail. And as you can see, it's very well put together. The size for me is just perfect, and the details are so lovely. A bit of lace here. Everything is just so perfectly done, and it's just, but it's also, it just has that homemade feel too. So it's very quality, but it's also very, for me personally, it's like kind of gives me a nostalgic type feeling. It's very special, I think is what I'm trying to say. So she has a closure on it with this brown ribbon, and she's already gone through the journal in that video below, and I've done a little bit of journaling in this, and what I've decided to do is to just make this a scrap journal where I put scraps that I've saved for however long. So I have this box in my garage that says scrapbooking on it, and it is filled with paper scraps and photos and old scrapbooks and cards and things like that. And I went through it and pulled some things from there that from my past that I'd like to put in this journal. They're just special things that I decided to keep for one reason or another. And the first thing I put in here, though, was a thank you card that my daughter Catherine made for me. And here's a butterfly that I received in Happy Mail from Mrs. Everly, from Tina Marie. So on the back of the card, I put a little sticker that says presenting, and I bought this page of stickers, and it was just the cutest stickers, and I hardly ever use them, but I liked them. That's why I bought them. So, you know, they give me a little bit of joy. So I finally found a place where I could put this cute little one that says presenting. I used some scrap paper to make this Sherry scrap journal. Here's some scraps of tulle and lace that I put in here. And not everything will be scraps, but here's some washi. The washi's not sticking very well to the to this page, so I did glue it. But I like the washi as an addition anyway. Here's just a scrap of paper from my scrap box, and a flower ephemera from a Bo Bunny collection. I have like a drawer of vintage collections and ephemera, etc. Some washi, some of my favorite washi. And I'm kind of going for scraps and vintage, sort of a vintage overall look. Some ribbons that look kind of vintage to me, some ribbon scraps. Here's a prayer that I found in that box I was telling you about. It says 81 on it. And it's just a good prayer. I like to collect prayers. So, and then there's a little die cut and a scrap of paper and some torn paper behind it. What I did was, when I found this Bo Bunny ephemera, I really liked it, and while I was at Tuesday Morning, I saw a paper pad that seemed to go with a Bo Bunny paper pad that seemed to go with it. So I grabbed that and am pulling papers from that for, oh, here it is, pulling papers from this for this journal too, because it seems to go well with these colors. So that's pretty much all that I've added so far. Here's my letter from Natasha. And here's an old poem that I found that was so sweet by my high school friend Delilah. It's called Jesus is the One. And then I love how at the end, just P.S. you're a good friend. Everything's about Jesus, and then P.S. you're a good friend. So cute. And of course, I embellished it a little bit with some of the Bo Bunny ephemera and some torn paper. So you can see that it's very old. Well, I was in high school in the 80s, so, but that was a good time to be in high school. The 80s are back. I've noticed that the kids at my high school, there's some of them who love the 80s. There's just a picture that I had. I don't even remember where I got it, but I liked it. I like pictures of churches that are like watercolor or washes or missions, you know, with clouds in the background. I like that. And Christmas, churches decorated for Christmas or whatever. So if you want to see the papers, etc., what she did, you can look at that video. Here's a little scrap of paper that I received in a Happy Meal, and I just love it, and I want to incorporate it somewhere, so I just dropped it in there. So almost everything that's in here is something that she made. The tea dyed papers or the coffee dyed papers. I love that sound. I don't know that I will ever do coffee dyed papers. And here's she a little tag that she herself has sewn and put together using scraps. It's just so precious, and I love this. And Natasha, if you're watching this, thank you for bringing me such joy with your creativity. Here's another thing that Natasha made. It has such a lovely feel to it. I don't know how she did this. I'm gonna have to go through her videos and look. She recently posted a video making journals that are kind of the shape, dimensions of a traveler's notebook, but they're made out of the junk mail envelopes that you get with a little window in them. So when I'm done filming this, I plan to watch that and maybe be creative tonight. She did a little bit of stamping in here too. Here's a book page with, I don't know, I'm guessing it could be German or something like that, but book page that's been aged. Oh, and one of her fringes that she sewed herself using old strips of paper. She uses up everything, just about every scrap. She's able to use it and make something really creative and wonderful, you know. So it's, I mean, that could have been in the trash, but now it's in my junk journal. Some more goodies that she included. So I would go through the whole thing because I love it, but I don't want this video to be too long. So please, if you like junk journals, please check out Natasha's channel. It's called Treasure Books. And I encourage you to definitely subscribe to her. She's a joy to listen to. It's great to see you again. Thank you for supporting my channel. If you are not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.